Welcome to TechieTalkee. Hello friends. In this video, I'll be explaining on the logical operators in Python, which are AND, OR and NOT. So first, we need to understand the need of these logical operators and where we can use them. In the previous video, I had explained on the comparison operators and how it can be used in if-else statements. We are checking for only one condition. If A is greater than B, if S, print that A is greater than B, else print A is less than or equal to B. What if we want to check if a value is in between two values? So that is when the AND operator comes into picture. Let me show you with an example. Now I want to check where C lies in the number line when compared to A and B. I can check that by giving this if condition with the AND operator, where I'll say if C greater than A and C less than B. In that case, print C is greater than A and less than B. So else print the value of C is not between A and B. When I execute this code, I'll get the result that C is greater than A and less than B. Why? Because the value of C is 5, which is greater than A, which is 2. 5 is greater than 2 and 5 is less than 7. So both these conditions got satisfied and these conditions returned true. So if true, print this message. So that's why this message got printed on the screen. So AND operator is used to check if a value is within a particular range. In this code, I'm not checking for any boundary condition, meaning I'm not checking if the value of C is equal to A or equal to B. Let me add a elif statement here. So I'm checking if C is equal to A or equal to B. And why am I using the OR operator here? Because the value of C can be either checked if it's equal to A or equal to B. If I execute this code, I'll still get the same message. C is greater than A and less than B. Now let me change the value of C to be 2. Now the message C is equal to A or B gets printed. The same message will appear even if I change the value of C to be equal to B. So this is where the OR operator comes into picture. Meaning, even if one of the conditions returns true, the control will go to that particular block. Else, it will go to the next part. Here, C is equal to A. Now, in our case, C is 7 and A is 2. So, C is not equal to A. So, it goes to the OR operator and then the control goes to the next condition where it will check if C is equal to B. C is 7 and B is 7. So, this condition returned true, whereas this condition returned false. But what OR operator does is, even if one of the conditions return true, it will execute the respective block. In our case, it has executed the elif block. Say for example, if my C is 2, even then the same message gets printed. So how does it work? So it is first checking if C is equal to A. Yes, it is true. So the control will not even check for the next condition. If we are using an OR operator, even if one of the condition returns true, the condition check gets stopped there and then that block gets executed. If my first condition is going to return true, the control will not even go and check for the second condition and it will directly go to that block. If my first condition is going to return false, the OR will check for the second condition if that is true. If in that case, again it will go to the same block. If both the conditions return false, only then it will go to the else part. Next, I'll explain about the not operator. If a condition evaluates to true, then not of true becomes false. Suppose if a condition evaluates to false, then not of false becomes true. And that block gets executed. Let me show you with an example. Consider this example where I'm going to check for the values of A and C. If not of C greater than or equal to A. So what does that mean? What is the value of this particular, what is this condition return? C greater than or equal to A. C is 1 and A is 2. C greater than or equal to A becomes false because C is actually less than A. So this condition is going to return false. If not of false meaning true. So if true, so this particular block gets executed where it will say C is less than A. If I execute this code, I'll get the message C is lesser than A. Say for example, I'm going to make the C to be 4. So C greater than or equal to A. Yes, actually 4 is greater than 2. So this condition is going to return me true. Not of true meaning false. So if false, so the control will go to the next block of the if statement, which is the else part. And then this message C is greater than or equal to A gets printed. If I execute this code, I can see that C is greater than or equal to A is now printed. This example which I explained to you is about the not operator on a single condition, and that condition is C greater than or equal to A. I can use the same not operator on a group of conditions which can be satisfied by AND operator. Consider this example where A is 2, B is 7 and C is 1. And I'm giving a not operator here along with the AND operator. So first I'm going to check if C is greater than A. 1 greater than 2. No, this is going to return false. So when we are going to use the AND operator, even if one of the value returns false, the entire expression is going to return false. So not of false will return true. So the control will go to this if block and then this print message gets printed, which is C is lesser than A or greater than B. Consider this example where I'm giving the value of C to be 5. So how does this code work? C greater than A. So 5 is greater than 2. So this will return true and C less than B. 5 is less than 7. So this is also going to return me true. So since both the expressions are returning true, the not of true now becomes false. So this print message will get ignored and the control goes to the else part where it will print the value of C is greater than A and less than B. In this case, I'm giving a combination of and not operator. We can also write a code with a combination of not and or operators. Let me give you an example of that. Consider this example where A is 5 and C is 7. So first in the if condition, we have the first condition to be C greater than A. So 7 is greater than 5. True. Since we have given an OR operator here, it will check if the first occurrence of a condition to be true. So in our case, C greater than A is true. So the second condition will not be checked at all. Not of true now becomes false. So this if block will not get executed and the control will go to the else part where it will print C is greater than or equal to A. If I execute this code, we'll get the same message. If I give the value of C to be 5. So what will happen in this case? C greater than A. No, both are equal. So this condition is going to return false. So the control will next go to the next condition. C is equal to A. Yes, both are 5. So this condition is going to return true. And since it is a OR operator here, even if one of the condition is going to return true, it is going to return true to the if block. But since we have a not here, so not of true becomes false. And if block will not execute the false part, so it will go to the else part where it will say C is greater than or equal to A. Consider this case where I'm giving the value of C to be 3. Now in the if condition, we have 3 greater than 5. No, this is going to return false. So since we have the OR operator here, it is going to check for the next condition, at least to check if that is going to return true. So C equal to A, 3 is not equal to 5. So this condition, the entire set of conditions is going to return false, and not of false will become true. So this if block gets executed where it is going to print C is lesser than A. Hey guys, hope you now understood about the Python logical operators and, or, and not. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, you can reach out to me at techietalkee@gmail.com. Happy learning and have a great day.